When I was taking a test, and I didn't know whether to use said or estad, I used two acronyms, Doctor and ELF, to sort things out. But now I have a new problem. I know two past tenses, preterite and imperfect, and I don't know when to use each one. But now I use two new acronyms, SOB and VARS.
For SOB, the S stands for specific. This would be a specific number of things that you've done. Fue a la tienda 6 veces.
Which means I went to the store 6 times. Even though this was done more than once, the action as a whole was finished, and we know that it's done, so we use the preterite tense.
O stands for once. This is something you have done once, an action that you have done once. Fue ayer a la tienda.
Which means I went to the store yesterday. This is a familiar use of the preterite which most people know. If you did something and finished the single action, then you use the preterite.
B. It indicates the beginning or the ending process. An example is tuvo frío.
Which means he got cold, not he was cold, because we have to use the preterite for an ending or beginning, because we know that the beginning or the ending was finished or perfected, even though we don't know if the process itself was finished. And now for VARS, which signifies the imperfect tense.
V stands for vague, which is very unspecific. For example, cuando José tocaba el piano, María.
Which means Jose was playing the piano while Maria was eating. This is a very vague sentence because we don't know whether they are still playing the piano and eating, so we use the imperfect tense.
A stands for age and time. Era la 1 de la tarde cuando tiene 43 años.
Which means it was 1 in the afternoon and I was 43 years old. This is an irregular use of the imperfect because time and age are always changing, so we have to use time and age in the past tense, imperfect.
R stands for repeated. This is an action you have done, and you have done it more than once. Iba a la tienda.
Which means I used to go to the store. This is different from a specific repeated action because we don't know if the speaker is still going to the store, so we have to use the imperfect tense.
Okay. S stands for the state of beginning, and the example is había una casa aquí.
Which means there used to be a house here. Being somewhere is a state of being, so we don't know if it is still true, so we have to use the imperfect tense. Sob VARS. I'll never be confused by preterite and imperfect again.